I'm really fond of a rather recent translation of Virgil by a classicist out of the University of Kansas named Stanley Lombardo. Lombardo's translated the Homeric epics. He's done the Iliad, he's done the Odyssey, he's done some Plato, but not too long ago he did a translation of Virgil's Aeneid that I think is outstanding. It's very accessible to undergraduates. He's a classicist, so he knows his Latin well. He writes to be heard. Lombardo travels around to coffee shops and bookstores and gives recitations of the epic poetry that he's translating. So it's meant to be heard and not just read. Some people think that poetry is ultimately untranslatable. I had a professor in graduate school who recommended that we just read a prose translation of the Aeneid. His point was, we'll never be able to capture the poetry. What's really important is the plot. So let's not encumber an undergraduate or other people with English poetry. Let's just put it into prose, and let's just talk about who did what to whom, when, why, where, how. I think any student who's read this in Latin, even tasted it in Latin, realizes how much really is lost. And so there's a sense in which that professor was absolutely right. Poetry is fundamentally untranslatable. However, I don't think that we should cease to try. And somebody like Lombardo, I think, succeeds very well.